say, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? I'm your host, Lacey G. Soldier Turner, and today I have a very special guest with me. He came to People's Clinic, after a banking career in Chicago, where he earned his MBA in finance and marketing at the University of Chicago School of Business. He's been doing a lot of great things in the neighborhood, especially for the black people and everybody too. But you know what I'm saying? He is the chief executive officer of People's Clinic and the merger that's been going on. We finna get into all that. So without further ado, welcome to the platform, Mr. Dwayne Butler. How you doing today?
Good, thank you, and thank you for having me. Looking forward to this.
No problem. So before we get into what I want to speak with, can you let the people know where were you born and raised, and how was your upbringing as a child?
Good question. Actually, I was born in Champaign, Illinois. My father was on staff there as a teacher. Quickly moved to St. Louis and went through the whole St. Louis thing. And before you ask, I went to Mercy High School, which I believe is no longer there at the time. But anyway, I went on to Morehouse College and then on the University of Chicago, as you said. And I'm my mother's child. And if you didn't know, I'm Betty Jean Kerr's son. So, my DNA has a community service in it, brother. So I grew up volunteering when I was in school. My mother would ask me, where am I volunteering before she would ask me, how am I doing? So, that just is part of my DNA. And so this is the place I always knew I would land, and I'm here now.
Okay. So how did you become the CEO?
Well, I'll tell you, I have been my career after University of Chicago, and my undergrad is computer science, and then I got my MBA, and I went into banking, and I did a lot with banking and was doing quite well in banking and leadership in banking as an executive. My mother began to look at retirement, and because I've been volunteering in community health centers, she thought it would be nice if I kind of looked into this. So anyway, People's got an outside recruiting firm, and she stayed out of the recruiting process. And I went through the interviews and everything else, and ultimately I got the job. So here I am.
Okay, okay. So I know, this historic unification, has been planning for 15 years. And now, we're celebrating the local community progress, merging, Betty Jean Kerr's People's Health Center and Amanda Luckett's Murphy Hopewell Center. So can you tell the people why was this merger important?
Well, I'll tell you, both of the organizations are more than well, I know People's is 50 years old. Amanda Luckett Murphy was about 40, a little more than 40 years old. And ultimately, my mother recognized long ago that if we're going to take care of the health of the community, it's not about giving shots in the exam room. We have to deal with the body and we have to deal with the mind. So a long time ago, like realizing that Amanda Luckett Murphy Hopewell Center is a behavioral health center that deals with mental trauma and has psychiatrists and everything else. And of course, People's has the doctors. So bringing those two together makes us very unique as an organization because we have now both of those. We have behavioral health and primary care in one place, managed by one group, one board of directors, and myself as the CEO. So we can coordinate the care around everyone, and we can make hopefully behavioral health become more of a household discussion at the dinner table as opposed to us being afraid to talk about behavioral health.
Mm. And then what you just said important. I want to elaborate on that even more. Can you explain even to I guess the clients, the patients, or whatever, why is both of these companies, they were separate doing a great thing? Why is it important that they both are together?
Well, like I said, I believe that they're both really symbiotic, and that if we're going to if we're going to take care of our primary care, if we're going to take care of our teeth, we're going to take care of our bodies, we're going to get our babies delivered, we're going to do all those things. We cannot ignore mental stress. I mean, mental stress has impact on your physical health and everything else. So really, it was an opportunity for two organizations that were steep in each of these areas, primary care and behavioral health, to come together. I actually took over Amanda Luckett Murphy Hopewell Center about 14, 15 years ago after Amanda Luckett Murphy retired. So it was much like, coming after my mother and then coming after Amanda Luckett Murphy. So really I had management of both of those organizations back in the day. But right now we just got it with the merger. We now have one board of directors and a lot more direct control.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Especially speaking on these two black women, I want you to speak on these two black women. So can you tell the people why is this merger important for Black History Month?
I can tell you, if you think about it, we're talking about 40 or 50 years ago. These ladies started organizations. People's Health Center started in the basement of a duplex apartment complex where, my mother and a couple other nurses and a doctor were walking around. And what they saw was that the health care that was given to, minorities, people that look like us, was not the same as the health care given to those who are a little more affluent. So, they decided to leave their gainful employment. I believe they were nurses at St. Louis University, and they started in the basement of a complex. And it is so important to remember these ladies. And Amanda Luckett Murphy has a very similar story. And now these organizations have grown to a point of, together we're more than $50 million a year organization. But you have to realize how hard was it for these two black women at a point where no one cared really about the health or behavioral health of minorities, to actually get this here. So I find that, it's easy for me in retrospect because I can't imagine. My mother was like 5'3", 5'4", and for her to be able to get the power to make, to bring it to this point is a testimony to those who struggled for us
Yeah,
in Black history. And this is just a prime example of our Black sisters holding us together and taking care of our health.
definitely. Salutes both of them ladies. Salutes, yeah. I know you spoke on this a little bit also, but can you tell the people what all services do y'all provide?
Well, we on the primary care side, we do everything. We take care of your teeth. We take care of your feet and podiatry. We have optometry. We have women's health. So we do all your prenatal care, and then we deliver babies. So we take care of all the primary
Everything.
care side, all the primary care side, everything you need. And also then we have relationships with the hospitals. So if you need specialty care, we're able to get you into specialty care. And then now on the behavioral health side, we have psychiatrists, community workers that, a lot of times we have to understand that having behavioral health issues does not mean you're walking down the street talking to yourself.
Mhm.
Sometimes, you have people that have behavioral health issues that you never would know they have them. And a lot of it's just stress of, keeping up with the family, stress of running around these kids having stress of having witnessed, trauma events. Kids have seen someone get shot. All these things
Yeah, yeah,
really resonate, and they have to be addressed, or they become big issues further down the line. So we like to say that we can, in those instances, we can get involved before they become news stories. These are the services that we have, and we're bringing together. So we're giving access to the community now to be able to simply walk in and say, "Hey, I'm having a problem with my kid. Tell me what's going on."
yeah. Okay. Hey man, listen. He over here dropping them jewels for y'all. So come. They do everything.
That's right. We get it. We get it all. We try to get it all in.
Right. So okay, so moving forward together, a celebration of hope and wellness coming up. So can you tell me about the ribbon cutting ceremony that y'all have? It's going down at People's Health Center on 5701 Delmar Boulevard, Friday, February 21st, 11 a.m., 1 p.m. Can you tell the people about that?
Yeah, so are unique in that we have on the block of Delmar, right at 5701, we own the three buildings there. One of them is our primary care building. One is now our adult behavioral health, and then we have children's behavioral health and also with children's dental. So we own those three, and we're building a fourth building as well, so that we own the block, and we call it our health center campus. So what we thought was the intensity of this merger, which really brings all of these assets together, and being a Black organization, we thought it was important to string a ribbon down, all of these buildings and let the community see that, this is something that is for us and is by us, and is significant. and we want to come together on that day. And we have dignitaries coming, and we invite the community out. We'll be giving, free COVID vaccines, and it's also an opportunity to meet a psychiatrist or caseworker and to meet doctors. So, you can even that day walk up and tell a psychiatrist, tell them what's going on with your child. My kids drive me crazy or whatever. Can I get some help? So that's what the day looks like, and we're going to cut the ribbon, and there'll be refreshments and everything else to kind of celebrate coming together.
Okay, okay. So look, man, it seems like y'all been doing a lot of great stuff. So let me ask you this question. On your journey, what would you say has been your greatest challenge?
There are a couple of great challenges, but the greatest challenge really for me has been really bringing these organizations together, bringing all of these services together, because in our community, we often ignore mental health. So
Mhm.
really trying to take away the stigma of mental health, where people who have problems don't want to be identified as having mental health problems, when we should look at a mental health problem just like we do a cold. So really trying to move that needle and get us to be comfortable with saying that I have a mental health issue and I need some help has been one of the big challenges. And then of course, funding all of these services for us is a big challenge, because not everyone, really cares about the health of our community.
Facts.
So, I just got back from DC a couple of weeks ago, talking to our senators and congressmen about, making sure that we keep this funding going, especially during this time everything that's going on in DC right now
Mhm.
with the new president. So, keeping us funded, but also keeping the community's attention on our holistic health is important, and that's been
Mhm.
the challenge.
Definitely, definitely. So on the flip side of that, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
The greatest, what makes me feel the best is, when I walk the halls sometimes, it's interesting because you never really know who you're touching and how you're touching them.
Mhm.
When I walk the halls of any of our health centers, and, I'll have a patient come up and just give me a hug, or an older patient come up and give me a hug, thank me for the services that we give them. It really just kind of moves me, and it reminds me that, this is more of a mission than it is, just a job. We can really connect to the souls of individuals when we're here. So, my biggest joy is the fact that we literally, no matter where you meet us, we measure ourselves by changing the trajectory of your life. Well, no matter where you meet us, and when a month later, you ought to be better than you were when you met us. And if we achieve that, then that's really the goal, and that's what makes me feel good.
Facts. I feel that all the way. So let the people know, like, if they wanted to find information, how can they be a part of this? How can they come out to y'all?
Well, you've given the dates and times, February 12th, from 11 to 3 o'clock, 5701
Uh,
Delmar.
February 21st, you said
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what
you going back in
dyslexic.
time.
I'm dyslexic. I got the date wrong. But you can call us at 314-367-7848, and you can also make appointments and things there as well, or you can go to phcenters.com, and you can come look at the website, and we'll have that stuff out there for you as well. And also during the ribbon cutting itself, you'll have an opportunity to make appointments if you need them for anything from dental to prenatal care and everything else. And we really want to focus on getting, our mothers healthy when they're delivering these babies, because we do know disparities of some of the issues with pregnancies differ very much in our community than others.
Mm, okay. So, Mr. Dwayne Butler, is there anything else you want to let the people know before we get out of here?
Well, I just really I want everyone to understand that, we take the whole health of the individual. That is very important to us at Betty Jean Kerr People's Health Centers. We invite you to come in, and again, we are very discreet. So if you can come in and talk to us about behavioral health for yourself or your children, because it's very important that we get involved early on, again, before it really manifests itself down the line. So I'm hopeful that everyone will take advantage of us. And also, we see everyone who wants to see us, no matter what, no matter your ability to pay or not. We take care of you. So, we're here. It doesn't have to, don't worry about your wallet. Come and just get your health taken care of. And that's the most important thing. Let's build a healthy community.
Okay. And my last question that I love to ask all my guests: when it is all said and done and you are long gone from this earth, what is it that you want the people to know about Mr. Dwayne Butler?
Hopefully I am blessed. I will be blessed that people will remember that, the focus of all of my work and existence, really, certainly in the later parts of my life, are about community service, and that I have valued myself on the community service and judged myself on how I commit to that service to the community. And that's really what I want to be remembered for, is the fact that, my importance was really based on the fact of how much help I've given, and how much assistance I've given to the community going through. And I learned that from my mother as well. And hopefully that's what I'll be remembered for.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Dwayne Butler. I appreciate you. You dropped a lot of jewels, a lot of nuggets. I'm gonna try to make it out there too. You know what I'm saying? I might need to talk to a therapist. No, just playing. But no, I'm gonna try
You
to make
never
it
know. It's a good thing. You might need one.
but I'm gonna let you know when this article is out, and you have a rest of a good day.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Have a good day.
All right.